Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's talk about something that's been buzzing around the NFL, especially among Lions fans, and it's really intriguing. There's a lot of speculation about the Lions potentially adding someone who's been a hot topic in NFL circles for quite some time, Jadeveon Clowney. Yes, you heard that right. Clowney, the former first overall pick, has been repeatedly linked to Detroit, and honestly, it's a move that could make a lot of sense, especially when you consider the team's current needs and roster situation. Let's rewind a bit and look at the context. The Lions have been building a pretty solid defense over the past couple of seasons. With Aiden Hutchinson emerging as one of the premier pass rushers in the league, the future looks bright for Detroit's front seven. Hutchinson, who had a fantastic rookie season and showed flashes of becoming a dominant edge rusher, suffered a fractured leg earlier in the season, which initially raised some eyebrows. But he's back now, ready to contribute, and that's huge for Detroit's pass rush plans. On the other hand, Jadeveon Smith, who was brought in to bolster the pass rush, was expected to return from injury and contribute significantly, but as of now, that hasn't quite materialized. This is where Clowney's name comes into play. The idea of signing him has gained traction, especially considering how the Lions have been adjusting their roster. The interesting part is that, a few months ago, the idea of adding Clowney didn't seem like a perfect fit, especially given some roster decisions. Back in May, the Carolina Panthers made Clowney a cap casualty, which initially seemed to reduce the urgency for Detroit to pursue him. At that point, the Lions still had Levi Onwuzurike, a promising defensive tackle who was expected to be a key part of the rotation, and Josh Paschal wasn't even expected to be on the physically unable to perform list until September. Plus, the Lions were optimistic about Jadeveon Smith returning from injury, which made the signing of Clowney seem less urgent. But things have changed since then. The Panthers released Clowney, and the Lions' situation has evolved. With Onwuzurike and Paschal dealing with their own injuries and Smith's return still uncertain, the idea of bringing in Clowney now makes a lot of sense. He's not the player he was at his peak, no doubt about that. At 32, Clowney is no longer the dominant force of 5 or 6 years ago, but he's still a solid contributor. Last season with the Panthers, he registered 44 pressures and 6 sacks, which is respectable, especially considering the limited snaps he's been playing, and the fact that he's often used in situational roles that maximize his pass rushing ability. So, even though Clowney isn't the All-Pro or Pro Bowl caliber player he once was, he's still capable of making an impact. That's important for Detroit, which has been looking to improve its pass rush, especially from the outside linebacker position. The Lions have a young core, and adding someone like Clowney could give them some veteran stability and a boost in pass rushing production during the crucial parts of the season. Now, some fans might wonder, if the Lions have the option to bring back Jadeveon Smith, should they do it? And the answer is absolutely yes. If Smith is healthy and willing to return, Detroit should prioritize re-signing him because he's been a disruptive force when healthy. Smith's ability to get after the quarterback and set the edge is exactly what this defense needs to take the next step. But if, for some reason, the Lions and Smith can't come to an agreement, or if he's unavailable, then Clowney becomes a very attractive fallback option. Imagine a scenario where the Lions could rotate between Smith and Clowney, providing fresh legs and a variety of pass rushing looks. That would be a nightmare for offenses trying to block Detroit's front seven. But let's be real here, the likelihood of signing both is pretty slim. It's a tight cap situation, and teams usually have to prioritize. Still, the thought of possibly adding Clowney as a secondary piece, especially if Smith doesn't return, gives Lions fans hope that the team is actively looking to improve their pass rush, which is critical for their success this season. It's also worth mentioning that Clowney, despite the age, still has a high motor and football IQ. He's experienced, understands how to win on the edge, and can contribute in various packages. His presence could also help mentor some of the younger players, like rookie pass rushers, or even some of the veterans who are still eager to prove themselves. The Lions' coaching staff, led by Dan Campbell and his staff, has shown they're not afraid to take calculated risks and bring in veteran players who fit their system. Clowney's style of play, powerful, relentless, and versatile, aligns well with what Detroit is trying to build on defense. And considering how competitive the NFC North is, with teams like the Vikings, Packers, and Bears all making moves, Detroit needs to make smart decisions to stay ahead in the division. Looking at the bigger picture, Detroit's defense has been trending upward over the past season, and adding a veteran like Clowney could be the final piece to turn that unit into a true force. Remember, this team isn't just about offense anymore. Though Jared Goff continues to impress and lead this squad with poise, defense wins championships. And pass rush, in particular, can be a game-changer, especially in the playoffs. That's why every move counts, and why the potential signing of Clowney is such a hot topic right now among Lions fans and NFL analysts alike. Now, let's not forget that the Lions also have some promising young players on the defensive line who could benefit from Clowney's experience. Players like James Houston and rookie prospects are eager to prove themselves, and having someone with Clowney's background could be a real boost for their development. Plus, with the NFL's increasingly passing-oriented game, having a versatile pass rusher who can line up on the outside and get after the quarterback is more valuable than ever. In terms of salary cap, the Lions have some flexibility to bring in a player like Clowney if they decide to go that route. It's about balancing the roster, managing cap space, and making sure the team remains competitive not just now but for the long haul. It's clear that the front office is paying close attention to these details, and their decisions in the coming weeks will be crucial for the team's overall success. So, Lions fans, keep an eye on this situation. The possibility of adding Clowney isn't just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could really pay dividends. If it happens, it would send a message that Detroit is serious about bolstering its pass rush and making a real push toward another deep playoff run. The NFC North is already shaping up to be fiercely competitive, with teams like the Vikings and Packers always lurking, and the Lions know they need every advantage they can get. This potential signing could be one of those advantages, helping them get over the hump. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Ultimately, the Lions are at a critical juncture. They're building a team that is not just competitive, but also capable of making noise in the postseason. Every addition, every move is about positioning themselves for a championship run. Whether it's bringing back Zadarius Smith, signing Clowney, or even both if the stars align, Detroit is clearly looking to strengthen their defense with proven talent. That's why these rumors, these possibilities, are so exciting for Lions fans. They signal a team that's willing to invest in success and push for greatness. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're in an exciting phase of this team's journey, and every move, every decision could be the one that propels Detroit to new heights. So keep supporting, keep believing, and let's see where this season takes us. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next video.